Hey my lovely Willow Vibes Tribe members, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I am here to do a mini unboxing. I've been holding on to this since last Friday, or it might have been Thursday. I just haven't had time to do this, and I am so curious to see what it is. I'm not sure if this is the package from one of the Willow Vibes Tribe members who got a personal reading and sent me a gift. I'm hoping that this is the one from her because it's been long awaited. So we'll see, fingers crossed. If not, you know, whatever. I appreciate all the love, support, and gifts that you guys send me anyways. And if any of you want to send me any of your handmade creations, whether it's something for the wall, which speaking of, this is a painting my daughter did just recently. It's hard to see because of the lighting, but it's basically a shadowed tree, and it says willow vines. Yeah, just willow vines on the bottom. You know, she wanted to add another piece to the wall because she did the love one over here as well with the ombre blue. So if you'd like to add anything to the background, feel free, because a lot of the stuff behind me and beside me are from viewers just like you. Also, if you have any oracle decks or tarot decks that you've created, feel free to send them my way if you would like me to showcase them. If you want to do a trade-off where you get a copy of mine to showcase if you're a tarot reader, and you know, like kind of do a trade, just email me. We can discuss details and go from there. But I do have a lot of people who just want the free advertisement, and I have no problems doing that. I have the Hermit Tarot, which is this one. I have no idea who created it. It could be the Hermit Tarot, and it's just called the Hermit. I'm not sure who created that, but I love it. It shuffles well, it reads well, it's amazing. I also have the Twin Flame Oracle by Live Tarot, L-I-V Tarot, T-A-R-O-T. This deck is amazing. That was gifted to me by a subscriber just as a gift, not to showcase, but I do showcase it because I absolutely love it. And then I have Messages of Love from All Things Intuitive. And this one just happens to say, abundance, you've done the work, abundance flows to you now. And I do feel like in this reading, a lot of you are getting what you want. And if you don't have that yet, it's coming your way. I do feel a very positive shift. And I keep seeing the number 16. So whenever I look at the clock, it's like 316, 416, 516, whatever. I'm also seeing 111, like 111 or 1111 a lot. I seem to catch it whenever it's on the clock or anywhere. It's really weird. So those are a lot of signs and synchronicities, at least number-wise, that I'm catching. And sometimes it pertains to my life, and other times it's for you guys, and it kind of intertwines into readings that I do, and it's 50-50, and I feel like it has to do with the collective, because a lot of really great things are headed your way, is what I'm feeling. And then I also have the Pink Divine Love Oracle, which comes in this cute little baggie by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. And then this is Sugarcoat, Superficial Expressions, Not All That It's Cracked Up to Be. So I kind of feel like some of you are realizing that whoever you had your eyes on, whoever you had your heart set on, either they were, I was going to say blowing smoke up your ass, or talking, like their actions don't match their words. It's like sugarcoating shit, basically. There's a lot of lies tied to this card. So I just feel like shit wasn't getting off the ground with whoever this person is to you, and you were sick of the sugar-coated bullshit, basically, or someone was in this situation, especially if we're talking about love. So I feel like a lot of you have just refocused, and you're focusing on your abundance, you know, what you deserve, and, you know, achieving goals, finishing projects, just bringing beautiful, positive things into your life. And if this person doesn't want to be one of those amazing things or join you on this wonderful journey, they don't have to. They can miss out, and I feel like a lot of them are going to miss out. But some of you are actually going to connect with the person that you want to connect with. Some of you will be pleasantly surprised and it's going to turn out exactly as planned. Maybe not exactly as planned, but you know, if you think that it would be a solid beautiful connection, it will be for the two of you. But for some of you, there's a small group where it is sugar-coated bullshit. You get what you want, you get the person, and then you realize, why the fuck did I want this? Why did I want you? You are not who I thought you were at all. Because some of you are dealing with a person who is wearing a mask and they are a chronic bullshitter is what I feel. I know that I've said bullshit quite a bit already, so just it's pretty obvious that I use bad language. And if you don't like potty mouths, then there's the door. You know, don't let it hit you on your way out. And I was gonna, where is it? Oh, in this one. I just want to showcase stuff. I like doing that, especially in these unboxings videos. And then I have this plain white box, and it is What the Fuck Is Your Problem by Fire Witch Tarot. And this card wasn't on the top, so let's see what it says. But this is the deck. I love these. My birthday is on Halloween, so I love anything Halloween related, spooky, you know, things like that. It says you need to feel it to heal it. So there is someone, either you or this person, or maybe both of you even, who really need to get in touch with your emotions, even if it's the deeper, darker emotions that a lot of people don't like to feel, they don't want to face because it sucks. But once you face it and feel it and really feel it, and then cry it out, scream it out, punch a pillow, punch a bag, whatever, not a person. I do not condone violence. But anyways, I feel like some of you really need to feel those really deep, dark feelings, just so that you can fully submerge yourself in it and then 100% let it go. Because we don't normally let things go until we really sit in it for a minute, you know, and that's why we go through the dark night of the soul and all that shit, and it's not easy. And for some of you with this, you need to feel it to heal it. You're gonna feel a sense of regret because you're getting the person you want, but it's not actually the relationship that you expected, thought it would be, or that you want. This person, it's almost like you're gonna feel like they either lied to you or they're doing a complete 180 for those of you who are going to be disappointed. Because like I said, there is a group of you who are going to be, you know, pleasantly surprised and shocked that they're in your life, that they're returning the love, that they have the same feelings for you, and it's going to be a beautiful experience. I keep hearing 5, so I don't know if it's within 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months that this is going to happen, but I kind of feel like 5 people who are going to watch this are going to be very disappointed in their love interest. And it's going to suck sitting in those emotions, but really sit in it, really feel it, so that you can let it go 110%, basically. And I do have another... No, I don't. That was pretty much it. But anyways, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. I really hope that you do stay. I would love it if you would. Thank you to everyone who has purchased personal readings. I am currently working on personal readings, and I know that there's at least 2 people who have been waiting. I've had a lot going on in my personal life, and my children, I swear, are a constant interruption lately. There's been one problem after another. My friend was around somebody who tested positive with COVID, and she was all worried about that. And then I'm like, oh, because I was around you. So, you know, we kind of had a little bit of a COVID scare. Everything seems to be good, all copacetic around here with that. But my son was around one of his friends who has a staph infection, and he thought he had a hangnail on his finger, and I think he might have contracted staph. I'm not sure, because he's got more than one wound that is not looking very pretty. So we've got doctor's appointments and all that shit lined up. So it's just been one crazy thing after another. And then, you know, dealing with the emotional roller coaster of my daughter, that's always pleasant. because she might be all cute and innocent and wonderful on camera. And a lot of the stories I share with you guys is, is about her, her self-esteem issues and things like that, and just how wonderful she is, because she is a wonderful person. She's got a heart of gold. She's a major giver. She really is. She takes after me when it comes to her generosity, her creativeness. She's very talented, and she's slowly starting to see her worthiness and just how beautiful of a person she is. We've been practicing positive affirmations, where she has this little board with clothespins, and she'll pin up a little note that she tells herself every day. Like day 1 was, "You are beautiful," and she's doing things like that. And I wrote a little note for her to put up on there too, so she can read it whenever she's getting down. But she had a rough day today because she found out her crush is interested in somebody else. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to that feeling when, you have your hopes, dashed because your person, your love interest, is going in another direction, or they aren't who you hope them to be, basically. So yeah, she's dealing with a little bit of that, but sometimes her she can go a little over the top, basically. She can be downright nasty when she wants to be, and lately she's had these moments where everything's my fault. And I know, being mom and having a teenage daughter, that that can happen, and it does happen a lot. But she says a lot of really fucking mean shit sometimes. Like, for example, she doesn't like to talk to you or with you. She'll talk at you, talk down to you, scream at you. Like, she's a loud speaker anyways. She's just, it's on her father's side of the family. Well, actually, my aunt and my grandfather are very loud people anyways. And she's naturally that way. But when she gets overheated, she gets extremely loud, where you can hear her for miles, I'm just going to say. But she'll say really demeaning things. Like, she told me that what I'm doing right now, what I do for work on YouTube, is not a real fucking job. And basically shitting on everything that I do and me as a person and how horrible I am. Like, she can say some really cutthroat shit. And then 2 seconds later, she'll turn around and apologize, like that's going to solve everything. Words hurt, and I'm trying to teach her that. She knows that because, when people say mean shit to her, it hurts her feelings, and she just doesn't think before she speaks a lot of the times. And I'm a target of hers a lot, and it energetically wears you down. It's like, I know she doesn't mean it, but it still sucks listening to somebody berate you like that, when you can't seem to get through to them and make them understand that, what they say really fucking sucks sometimes. So I've been dealing with that, because she goes through phases where everything's great, we're getting along, and even if there's problems, we can kind of hash it out. Even if she gets a little overzealous, it's not extreme, but she does have extreme moments, and sometimes it's over hypothetical shit, stuff that she's thinking about that hasn't even happened. And it's like, why are you trying to pick a fight with me over something that doesn't even exist? It's like, whoa. So I've been dealing with that, and it's like, when that happens, I can't sit down and do this, because I get too caught up in the energy, and I've got to clear it and just kind of goose braba. I know I've been talking for a minute, so this is a little bit of a little story time, or a chit chat, I guess, and I'll put that in the title or something, because I know some of you like to have these chit chats with me, and I'm going to do more live readings coming up here soon, so that we can actually interact again, because I did enjoy that a lot. And I know some of you don't like it. I've had people comment, like, just get to the point, it's a reading, we're not here to listen to your life. And it's like, I don't share my life very often, but I say things for a reason. So whenever I tell these little stories, because I didn't sit down with the intention to say any of this, it's just coming out. So usually there's a reason for that, and it pertains to the reading, because I always do a mini reading with these unboxings, and I kind of feel like either some of you deal with that, especially if you're parents, maybe you have an overbearing child, you know, a child that, you know, you're doing everything right, or you feel like, you know, you give them your time and attention and love and affection, and even then they're still going down a bad road, or they're still acting a certain way, and it's like, well, what do I do? Once a child reaches a certain age, you know, you can continue to instill your wisdom in them and, you know, redirect them when they're going down the wrong path or they're acting a certain way. But ultimately, once your child is a teenager, they're becoming who they will be as an adult, at least slowly. Like, you'll start seeing this is them as a person. And some children, no matter how hard we fight against it, you know, they're manipulative, or they're narcissistic, and children cannot be, my nose is running again, it's driving me nuts, and children can't be diagnosed clinically as a narcissist or psychopath or anything like that. I feel like I got like boogers hanging out my nose, sorry. They can't be clinically diagnosed until, I believe, it's either 16 or 18, I think it's 18, because, you know, they're still developing and, you know, evolving and everything. But you can see the traits around this age group, like preteen into teenagers, and that's when it starts, and that's when we try to combat it. But if somebody truly has a psychological disorder like that, they're not coming out of it, you know. And I see some traits, I'm just going to put it that way, but I feel like some of you might be feeling at a loss when it comes to, what do I do? You know, my child is not changing for the better. It's, you know, they feel entitled. There's a sense of entitlement here, you know, that they're better than everyone. Their ego is so inflated. It's like, did I do this? And some of you, you know, it was because of their upbringing, whether it was the way that you were or the other parent was. And for others, you could do absolutely every fucking thing right, and it's just that person, that's just who they are, you know. So if any of you needed to hear that, needed that reassurance, you are a good parent, you know, you're a good mom, you're a good dad, you're doing what you can do. And we can't change our children, we can only guide them and pray that they take our advice, basically. So I feel like some of you might be going through that. So, I mean, I know I'm not alone in that struggle. And a lot of times parents don't want to admit it when their kid's an asshole or when they're acting a certain way, because it, you know, it reflects poorly on the parent, at least when it comes to, you know, socially speaking, or just with other people's opinions. And that's not always the case. It's not always the parent's fault, you know. It was like I was watching this. Yeah, this really is a chit chat. I'm sorry. I'll timestamp these, but this really is. No, that's not what I was gonna say. I was watching this video a while ago, actually, and it's popping up now. But this poor father, and with saying these stories and stuff, if you know anyone who has gone through something like this, or it was you yourself, you know, if it's somebody else, reach out to them, you know, show them support. Treat these people the way that you want to be treated, because it's not always the parents' fault, like I said. But this guy, I can't remember which shooting it was, but there was a school shooting, and was it at the school? Yeah, it was at a school. And this kid was 14 years old. This happened in the 90s, I believe, 96, 98. It might have been 99. But anyways, you know, when you get the call as a parent, which, I mean, I've never experienced this, thank God, and I hope none of you have, but you get the call, you know, you got to go pick up your child, and they went to this a giant parking lot at a strip mall, basically, to go through the roll call and pick up your child and make sure that your child wasn't injured, you know, they were safe and you can bring them home. And this father's looking for his son, and couldn't find him anywhere. Ends up talking to some girls that he knew were friends, I guess, with his son, and they told him that he did it, that he was, you know, the shooter. And of course, right then and there, he's like, my whole life just went, and I didn't know what to do. And he's like looking around there was all these children, the teachers, like parents, adults, and everything, hugging each other, consoling each other, crying in each other's arms, and there he stood all alone by himself. I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Nobody wanted to console him. Nobody wanted to even talk to him because it was his child that did this. It was his fault. He didn't raise this boy right. Well, come to find out, he was a very loving and doting father. He went to all his kids' like baseball games, I think, because I don't think it was soccer. Went to all the after school activities that his child was involved in. He talked to him. Yeah, there was guns in the household, but they were hunters from, where they grew up, or where his son was raised initially, and because they had relocated for his father's work. So his son was, he knew gun safety. They went out hunting, did all that, and there was never any issues with anything. The weapons were locked up. He did everything right, basically, because it's not against the law to own a weapon. And, his son was popular at the school that he went to, and he had a lot of friends, and he was very happy. But then they relocated, and because he was a little guy, he was very thin, and he got picked on because of it. It's like, oh, you're this scrawny little whatever. And at this new school, he wasn't popular, and he got bullied a lot. And actually, some kids were egging him on because he told people that he was going to do this. And nobody believed him. They were like, oh, yeah, you don't have the balls for that. And ha ha, I'd like to see it. And they were basically saying, do it, do it, do it. Well, he did it. But that had nothing to do with his father. His father even asked him what was wrong, because sometimes he would come home with bruises and scrapes and shit all over him, and he just said, oh, I fell off my skateboard or whatever. No, these so-called friends of his, these people he was trying to fit in with, were like hazing him. Ultimately, they were beating him up. And even though his father tried to talk to him and have the lines of communication were open between them, he wouldn't talk about it. So how are you supposed to combat a problem if you don't even know it exists? And if your child says everything's fine, even if deep down it's not, there's nothing you can do. You can't force the information out of them, So he did whatever he could do. And I believe his mother had passed away. It was either she passed away or up and left the family and deserted him. So it was just him and his father. I mean, and this poor man, it's horrible to think about that people treat, that we treat each other that way, because you always have to point the finger. And sometimes it's no one's fault except for the perpetrator. It's as simple as that. And I kind of feel like some of you or your person, it could just be energetically somebody around you is feeling that way, feeling kind of alone, like, I don't have any friends, I have nobody to talk to, I can't vent to anyone, I have to deal with whatever this is on my own, I'm parenting my child or children alone, I'm dealing with all these life struggles financially and otherwise myself, doing everything by myself. And that's a heavy burden to bear. And yeah, we can do it, and yeah, we can push through the struggle, but every now and again people need a break. They would, it's nice to have somebody to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, just an ear to listen, So be that person for somebody today, tomorrow, this week, whatever, so that someone can be that for you down the road. I feel like the energy I'm picking up on is basically about helping one another, being a positive role model, and a support system, being the supportive one for others. And I feel like most of you are, so that in return it will be done to you. But I also feel like some of you are very supportive and you don't have the support. It's like you're there for all these people, but no one's there for you. And that's a very lonely feeling. And I feel like some of you are in that boat. And if it's not you, it's your love interest. And I just feel like I just want to say, hashtag the struggle is fucking real, and it's really getting to somebody. So if your love interest is not coming towards you, hasn't for a while, I feel like they're going through something, and that's why they're so resistant to change, or that's why they've been like kind of pushing you away and standing back. I feel like I don't want to show you this weak side of me. This person thinks that they're weak, and they're not. They're actually very resilient and very strong for dealing with whatever they're going through, because they're fighting the fight alone. But they don't have to fight it alone. And I feel like that's something that's like the main lesson in this, within this energy, is we don't have to fight these battles alone, you know. Be there for that person. Just let them know that you're there, and then they can decide whether or not they want to let you in or not, and vice versa. I don't know. I feel like I need somebody right now. Something like that. But anyways, if you have, I'm like kind of jumping all around. Story time's over at 25:44. But anyways, thank you to everyone who has purchased a personal reading. I've had a lot going on, so I'm trying really hard, and I will be doing some today and tomorrow, and that's kind of why I haven't posted anything on YouTube, because I have been dealing with personal stuff, personals. Like, I'm trying to make time for everything, and so far I've been doing pretty good, actually, keeping up with stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be getting to more personals between today and tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have everything wrapped up by, I want to say by Thursday, but I'm going to give myself a little extra time, and I will continue to post on YouTube as well. But I just want to let you guys know that if you guys join me over on Patreon between now and May 2nd, you could be in the running to win a free copy of my Exposed Oracle that I created. This is basically what they're thinking, feeling, wanting to say to you. And this says, I'm too embarrassed to face you right now. I'm telling you, someone's overwhelmed, and they're thinking that whatever they're dealing with, like, I can't tell you, I can't let you in. I don't want to let you know that I need somebody right now to help me. That would be too embarrassing. So they're too embarrassed to face you. Some of them are too embarrassed to come forward because they either friend zoned you, and I've gotten this energy a lot, or they just pushed you away and lied to you, like, I don't like you. But over time, I feel like this person has gotten to know you. They've learned some information about you, and they have feelings for you. So their feelings are developing, basically. But yeah, if you are an active Patreon member, any denomination, by May 2nd, you could win a copy of this. It's 80 cards. And the sale price, or the selling price of it, is $38.50 plus shipping. So, you know, it's almost a $40 giveaway, basically. And I also created the prequel to Loving You. And this one is Mirror Mirror, Introspection, Projection, Soul Searching, Heyoka Empath, which is when you reflect other people's wounds. So you're a constant reflection of themselves when you're around people, and some people can't handle it. I feel like your love interest is one of those people that's like, oh, this is too much. They didn't want to face something. Self-love, reflecting inner wounds, karma, delivered or received, seeing yourself in others. They're cards like this. I actually got an email sent back from somebody who said that they are very well crafted, that they are beautiful, that it was well worth the money buying these, and that melted my heart, because there was no template or anything with these cards. It's 100% all up in here. I created them with my own images and just my own creativity, basically, whatever came to me. Spirit helped me with, you know, coming up with the classification of each card. But anyways, anyone who purchases this deck will receive a free Willow Vines bracelet, which is this gem right here that I'm wearing. This is a $20 value, and they are for sale. I have a limited amount of the feather ones, so it's free shipping within the US, and $3 shipping internationally if you're interested in just purchasing the bracelet. But the first 10 people to purchase the prequel to Loving You will receive a free bracelet, and I believe I have 6 left. Might be 5 giveaways left. I think it's 6, because I have an order that I need to mail out again. But anyways, let's see what is in this package. So thank you to everyone. Woohoo! I forgot my scissors. So let's see, after story time, the unboxing starts at $29.45. $29.45. I want to write that down because I will forget. Ugh. I can't find anything. Move over. Unbox. $29.45. Okay. So let's see. Dun dun dun. What is it? Comes with a card and everything. Ooh. Thank you. It's all packaged up. I really think this is it. From You Know Who You Are. She got a personal reading from me because the cover has a feather like that on it. Your truth, your story, and your message matters. Yes, it fucking does. And that's funny that this says that. Your truth, your story, and your message matters. Because I just was having a little story time, you know, sharing about parenting. You know, what you're going through matters. You matter. Your struggles matter. Your abundance, you know, whatever strife you're going through and whatever exciting, joyful experience you're having, it all matters. You matter. Remember that. Thank you so freaking much for your order. That sounds like something I would write. I hope it brings you support on your healing path. Grateful heart, wild soul, can't lose. XO Bree. I think this is the person who makes these. That's awesome. I love that message. That's absolutely beautiful. And it's packaged up so lovely. I love this. So anyone who orders this, I mean, it's like Christmas time or birthday in this nice tissue paper. Yes. Soul Truth, Self-Awareness Card Deck. Daily questions that will transform your life. Yeah, by Bree Hovey, Hovey. Look how beautiful that is. And they've got, am I afraid to be seen? Am I apologizing for my truth? Which we should never do. Like cards like that. Emma's yelling in the background, talking to, there's 55 cards in here, talking to her brother. That is amazing. And yes, this is the gift from that person who got a personal reading. I don't want to say her name unless she gives me the A-OK, but you know who you are, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it, and I hope that you had a very happy birthday. Her birthday was on April 8th, and I did send her a birthday gift, and I can't remember if she emailed me back if she got it yet or not, but I hope that you love it. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to anyone whose birthday recently passed or is coming up. You know I love you. And feathers are a sign. They go along with signs and synchronicities, and I was talking about that in the very beginning about numbers, seeing 16, which is the number of the Tower card. So that's change. It can be good or bad. Sometimes usually it's always for the greater good of anyone involved, but sometimes it can be kind of traumatic and a shitty experience, like, oh, this tower sucks, but you know, once you get through it, it's good, it's fine, everything works out. That's usually how it goes. I kind of feel like this is a good tower, though. Like, it's not going to feel bad at all. It's going to be more of a shock, like, holy shit, I did not expect you to show up, or I can't believe I have blah 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 amount in my bank account, or I just won $1,000 on this scratch ticket. You know, play responsibly when you gamble. I'm not promoting gambling, but I just feel like if that's the case, if it has anything to do with the lottery of any kind, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who doesn't normally gamble. You don't normally buy scratch tickets or anything. You were standing there in line getting a drink or whatever, paying for gas, and you're just like, I don't know, that ticket's catching my eye, popped in your head. It was a sign, and you listened to your intuition, you got it, and you won enough money to pay for whatever you were worrying about. So there's your lucky little feather. That's what I'm feeling with that. So we're definitely going to use these in this reading. Oh, okay, I'm confused. So what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? These are really cool because they look like this on one side. They have like different feather images, and I love feathers. And then it's got like a whole little spiel on the back. So we're going to see what this is all about and how it relates to this reading. I'm going to cleanse them right quick. So that was the unboxing. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so thankful every time I receive anything. Your donations are much appreciated because this is all I do for work. And as all of you know, I am a single mom. So it melts my heart how generous you guys are when you give me these gifts or send a donation by any means, you know, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or those super chat things, which could be coming up soon when I do my next live, which hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't know, maybe later tonight or something. I'll see. This week I definitely want to. So should I do this at the beginning or the end? I think we'll do it at the end. So it'll be kind of what to leave you with, like advice. All right. But yeah, thank you for your donations. It means the world to me. Any denomination, any amount helps. So the mini reading starts at 36.16. What'd I tell you about the 16s? Okay, overall energy, because this is a love reading, because it's usually what I'm all about. I'm going to do this. We'll use, actually no, I'm going to do this. We're changing course, and that's probably what's going on between you and your love interest. Someone's changing their mind. I feel like this person's pretty fickle. They've been doing it for a while, like I'm doing things this way. Nope, I'm doing things this way. Nope. And like kind of a back and forth, but I feel like I want to change things up because I really want you. I know what I want now. I know who I want. I just don't really know how to get it, and I hope that you're still around. And I feel like an idiot for taking so long, forever doubting you, forever doubting us. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? So they're changing their approach because they want you to know that they're serious. Please take me seriously. They're going to clean up the mess they made because I just shot these cards Alright, yeah. I shot these cards everywhere. They're cleaning up a mess they made. Bottom of the deck, telepathy, your spiritual Wi-Fi. I feel like your spiritual Wi-Fi is, you got full bars, basically. I kind of feel like you've been connected to this person spiritually. I mean, you haven't severed the ties or anything. Some of you could have tried to do a cord cutting, but actually, I gotta write that down. I'm telling you, someone has ADD too. Read 36:16. Either that or spirit reminding me because I'll forget. But anyways, you got full bars. I feel like some of you might have tried to disconnect from this person spiritually. You definitely disconnected physically because I feel like they pushed you away, so they created the disconnect. But you had to pull away energetically because it was just too difficult, is what I'm feeling. And this person was like fighting to get through, to get your attention. And it's almost like it's falling on deaf ears. It's almost like somebody knocking on a deaf person's door. The messages weren't getting through. I feel like you weren't getting through to them initially, or you were, they were ignoring it. And when they finally woke up to the connection, it was like, wow, you know, we really do have a lot in common. We really are connected. I'm very drawn to you. You had shut that shit down. Like I said, knocking on a deaf person's door. You couldn't hear them. I do feel like out of nowhere recently, this could have been like over the past couple weeks or just the past few days, I feel like you've been dreaming about this person again. It's almost like, boop, there they are again. It's because the lights are back on. I feel like they're trying to communicate with you spiritually because it's like they're preparing you for their physical introduction, because they're coming in your eyes. Some of you could have the wolf as your spirit animal. I just heard owl too, so one of you could be owl, the other one could be a wolf, or you're both wolves. But this is beautiful eyes. I feel like this person is very drawn to your eyes. They not only, I'll read this in a minute, they not only see themselves in your eyes, like I feel like I see us together whenever I look into your eyes, but you have very beautiful, alluring, magnetic eyes. This person loves looking into your eyes. That's like one of your best features is what I heard. And your smile. They love your smile, and your laugh is like music to my ears. But there's something to do with the eyes that kind of pulls you two together. Beautiful eyes, seeing the truth, lying eyes, eye contact. I don't feel like you guys are lying to each other anymore. And with lying eyes, I feel like when you looked into this person's eyes prior, you could tell that they were full of shit, that that they actually have feelings for you, that what they were saying, the words coming out of their mouth was not lining up with what you were seeing visually. Like their body language was saying, I love you, I want you, and their mouth was saying, I don't like you, I don't want this. So it was very conflicting is what I'm feeling. Love reflected in your eyes. Do you see me? Do you see what I see? Can't take my eyes off you, that's for damn sure. And speaking without words, body language, exactly what I just said. I feel like that's how you know that's why you've hung on to this person, because it was written all over them. Even if you're not a body language expert or anything like that, you just get that feeling. You could feel their resistance, like the urge that they had to come towards you, to touch you, to hug you, to kiss you, like just to be like, I fucking love you. But you felt the resistance, the fact that they were holding back. Because like I said, their words were not matching their actions, basically, their body language. I feel like if this person crosses their legs, their toes were pointed to you, their feet, their body was shifted in your direction, lining up with you. Because if someone